Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Secretary is running. People say, well, where's the proof? How do you know? Really quickly, before we get to President Trump echoes Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign slogan in post-debate tweets. This is today in The Hill, August 1st, 2019. Okay, this is before that. Before we get to Trump echoes Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign slogan in post-debate tweets. I'm not going to look too closely into what he says. Because Twitter, you can, as you know, get really led astray. Oh, he said this. But this is The Hill. There's a reason that The Hill is publishing this article. Anyway, you need money in Florida. Florida, is a battleground state. You have to win 29 electoral college votes in Florida. Okay? 29. Electoral college votes, 29 electoral college votes in Florida, 29. Again, 29 electoral college votes in Florida, 29. If you do not win Florida, you have no chance to win. And that's if you're the Democratic Party, but that's also President Trump. Really quickly, Marianne Williamson and her ghosts and goblins and spirits and elves are not going to knock door to door. People are not going to say, here we go again. Another one of Williamson's ethereal spirits are at the door, asking for money for her campaign. She won the second debate. Okay, when you have, and I explain on HA2A a fantastic description of the ethereal battle between President Trump and Marianne Williamson's otherworldly fantasy armies. I explain in detail the cosmic and the spiritual battle on HA2A, my other channel. That's almost at 6,000 subs, ladies and gentlemen. It's on the pinned comment. Some people say, I can't find your channel. The pinned comment. It's the first comment, and it's pinned. The first thing you see, you'll see that. But really quickly, you can't win Florida. You can't win Florida without a lot of money. Clinton spent 53 times as much as Trump on Florida TV ads. September 20th, 2016, she barely lost. But she spent 53 times as much. Okay, Trump is on pace to spend 200 times as much as 300 times as much as Marianne Williamson or anyone else could possibly even raise in Florida. Clinton spent $143.2 million. This is ABC News, compared to $6.8 million for Trump in Florida. Think about this for a second. She raised $1.2 billion to $600 million. Here's the proof. Here's the evidence. Here's the basic logic. She's running again. God forbid someone twists their foot. Oh my God, their rotator cuff, they can't pitch for a couple of months. Oh my God, how did that rotator cuff tear happen? You didn't stretch. I just twisted my ankle. That's too bad. You're on the DL. Who do we have? Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? So you need the money, honey. Clinton still lost Florida with $143 million. This is ABC News, September 20th, 2016. If you spend $143 million and you lose, again, you do not win, you lose. $143 million in Florida, 29 electoral college votes. You outspent your opponent 2-1. You outspent your opponent $1.2 billion to $600 million. You're not going to get Botox Biden or Warren, who failed her DNA test, or anyone else to get even close. Willie Brown has already stated, San Francisco mayor and San Francisco Chronicle, okay? One of the most important people, influential, powerful people in the Democratic Party said, nobody can win. Who do we have? Philippe Reigns the other day says, gosh, I played Trump in the debate. Who do we have that can actually be nasty and deal with his lies? $143 million spent in Florida by Clinton. She lost Florida. Only $6.8 million spent in Florida by Trump. This is ABC News. Now, between Biden and Kamala Harris, they're not even at $45 million. Hillary raked in $45 million on July 1st. Hillary had $45 million July 1st of 2015. Again, she's running again. Hillary Clinton is going to be the 2020 Democratic nominee. Everything that you see is a farce. Hillary rakes in $45 million in her first quarter. $45 million in her first quarter. For the first 3 months in July of 2015, $45 million. Okay, you combine Buttigieg and Biden, not even about 46 million. Okay, Kamala Harris and Biden, about 40 million. Okay, not even less than 40 million. So you have to combine two candidates to get what Clinton raised in $45 million in July of 2015. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you look at the money that was raised. You look at the money that was raised alone. The election is about fundraising. It is not about who can win theoretically in a fair primary, because Democrats don't work like that. They don't have fair primaries. It is completely rigged now. It is an extension of two people. It is a political machine where they actually cheated Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders essentially became in on the grift. He was part of the whole charade, either immediately before or immediately after. Either during, before, or immediately after. Look, there are no rules. You can enter. Bill Clinton entered, first of all, when there actually kind of was a primary. Bill Clinton entered in October of 1991 for the 92 race. And then, so you don't need to go to the debates, number one. But let's say there are no rules. So when people say, they turn into Harry Carey, how could she run if she's a criminal and she didn't go to the debates? She's a debate criminal. It doesn't matter. Clinton was under criminal investigation. She transferred top secret and special access program intelligence, which is a clear violation of the law. And she did everything else that violated the law in terms of campaign finance to purchase the Steele dossier. And superdelegates still went to her in 2016. And then Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign in disgrace along with other Democratic Party officials. There is no political party. That's what I've been trying to say since 2014. But since 2017, early 2017, I stated Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready. Clinton 2020 is here. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. It's below in the pinned comment. I'm not right about everything, but I have the pulse of what's going on. And most often, I make the right call. And people they like to disparage me because, Clinton didn't get indicted. She committed crimes and it was a cover-up. I had the pulse of what was going on. James Baker agreed with me. He's under criminal investigation, the top FBI legal counsel. So does Lisa Page. Lisa Page agreed with me. They both wanted to indict Clinton, which proves that Comey was lied under oath. And then the whole thing, you know what? Barr's not going after Comey. At least there's not a special counsel, number one, which took place under the trust sessions crowd. A special counsel, the whole 2 years of nonsense, and all the other horrible things Rod Rosenstein tried to do. They tried to oust the president under Sessions because he was too cowardly not to recuse himself. With Barr, you have the end of the Mueller probe. You have a whole bunch of things. Every single major thing that's taken place since Barr has become Attorney General, he's backed Trump, whether it's an executive order, whether it's the Mueller testimony, but definitely the Mueller report. He's backed Trump on every single step, okay? That's why the media is public enemy number 2 after Trump is William Barr, okay? With Sessions, the media had no hit pieces. I mean, the whole thing is it's obvious. So William Barr and Trump doesn't waste a moment. He tries to insult Sessions whenever he can, and he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, if Sessions even thinks of running in Alabama, I'm not backing him." Okay, CPAC, he insults Sessions. So the whole thing is, look, who knows if William Barr is going to indict? Obviously, the odds are people are going to get indicted, especially after Clinton loses, because they committed crimes. Okay, they committed crimes. Now you say, well, Comey committed crimes. How come he's not getting indicted? Because it's one of many, and they're probably almost certainly going to charge him under the statute that I talk about in my Federalist article below in the pinned comment. U.S. Code, the 18 U.S. Code 371. By the way, again, I don't know if I mentioned, check out HA2A, my latest segment on Trump's ethereal battle with Marianne Williamson. But you have to raise money, okay? You have to raise money, okay? $45 million in the first 3 or 4 months of running. You can combine two of the top candidates. They didn't even get $40 million or 40. They barely got 46 or 42 or $43 million. Okay, they don't have the money to win swing states. It's about money. It's about money and name recognition and political influence. They don't understand. With Trump, he was a brand name since the 80s, and he had a show where he just conquered Hollywood, real estate. He was part of American culture. Okay? Clinton is only a part of American culture because she has manipulated. She was first lady, but then senator, then secretary of state, but she's almost tried desperately to be part of American culture. She's only part of American culture because of the power she wields within the Democratic Party, and people view her as a vehicle to political influence. Jesus. So with Trump, he didn't need to spend money, and the interesting thing and the uncanny thing with Trump, the more they tried to hurt him, the stronger he gets. He's like Obi-Wan Kenobi. He'll get the more they try to hurt him, the stronger he gets. Okay, it's like that Morrissey song, but like in complete reverse. The more you ignore me, the closer I get. With Trump, it's the more you try to hurt me, the stronger I become. They don't understand. They have no clue. So the constant negative ads, the constant Morning Joe and Psycho and all that stuff, that served and still serves to bolster Trump, because he's like the heel in WWF or WWE. Okay? He's like the wrestler that people love to hate, but they still watch wrestling, and they still, watch the wrestler they love to hate. Okay? So he benefits from that. Clinton does not, because Clinton actually committed crimes. Trump's crimes were set up and fabricated. There's a reason that Mueller found no evidence of criminal conduct, and there's a reason why with Clinton there was a litany of criminal conduct, but she didn't intend to do it, according to James Comey. Okay, there's a reason. So it's two different ball games. With Clinton, she has to outspend Trump 2-1, and Democrats have to outspend Trump 2-1. They have to Beto O'Rourke almost outspent Ted Cruz 2-1. He still lost. The problem is the Democratic philosophy at its core is just a little bit to the left of Republicans. But the existential crisis they face is that if they get too radical or too extreme, their policies don't work. So they face a huge problem. They have this thing that they have to be morally superior and morally right, and they're focused on justice and everything. But when you have Democratic Party policies, really, it's not Medicare for all, but it's increasing existing programs. Okay, Medicare for all gets people riled up. Existing funding or the scope of increasing funding or the scope of existing healthcare programs isn't really romantic. Doesn't really get people fired up. It's, you could say, marginally better than Republicans. Or whatever, you can say a lot better, but it's still marginally better than the status quo. They face an existential crisis. When President Obama was in office, he drilled more. There was a domestic oil and gas production, greatest domestic oil and gas production of any president. He deported more human beings than any president. So how is he that much different from Republicans? Well, he'll veto the Keystone XL pipeline. Okay, so these are marginal, but see, again, what are they going to do? AOC's absurd, completely lame Green New Deal would absolutely tank the economy. And in my Federalist article, I explain it would harm indigenous communities around the world. because of the mining of cobalt, lithium, especially cobalt in the Congo, and lithium and nickel. The mining of these precious metals, are needed to make electric car vehicle batteries run properly. So, I mean, they have an existential crisis as a political party and as an ideology. They cheated Bernie Sanders, which extinguished every chance of enthusiasm, because they didn't allow the natural course to take place within the Democratic Party. The natural course would have been, okay, the extreme left won, because Bernie would have won the primary. I was right about that, if it was fair. It was rigged. Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign. Bernie would have won. He might have been a one-term president. Then Trump would have won. But see, that didn't happen. The Democratic Party didn't allow their most extreme or left-leaning candidate to win. They cheated that candidate, and now they're backpedaling, blaming Russia. They've continued to double down on lie after lie after deception after deception. Trump's personality has completely warped and muddied and sullied their minds, their brains, their souls, their spirits. They can't stand his personality because he just wins. They can't. He wins in the Supreme Court with the Pentagon funding. He wins with the Emoluments Clause. He just won another victory. What was it? Another fantastic victory. So he's always winning. You can't. Avenatti tried to get to him. Now that guy could be facing the big house for a long time. The pokey, the slammer. You can have a whole bunch of everyone. Cohen tried to go after him. He's now in the slammer. They set him up and framed him. The judge dismissed the DNC fraud lawsuit. Judge dismissed the lawsuit against Trump and Russia and the Tooth Fairy and the Loch Ness Monster because it's with prejudice. They fabricated everything. The ODNI and DHS reports come with warranty disclaimers. They lose at everything. And they have no way to raise money if not for Clinton. Clinton's running again. And she's going to be the Democratic Party nominee. If anything, because they have nobody who can raise money. They don't have a political ideology that warrants or justifies or exudes enthusiasm or passion. People are motivated to vote for Trump to ensure that people like James Comey don't interfere in elections and don't try to oust duly elected presidents. People are voting, for President Trump. People are voting for President Trump for a great economy, low unemployment, the first president to step foot in North Korea, economic opportunity zones in economically depressed communities. When they say marginalized communities, when Democrats talk about marginalized communities, they never mention that, oh, by the way, they're run by Democratic mayors or the Democratic Party, or it's usually a political machine within the Democratic Party that's been there for decades, and the poverty has persisted for decades. They don't tell you that. Okay, so what do the Democrats have? They have a bunch of fear. They have a media. They have every major publication. They have every major cable station. They even have most political channels on YouTube. Okay, all the algorithms, all the social media is geared towards them. They still can't win because their message is one where they actually cheated Bernie Sanders. They actually cheated the candidate. They then blamed Russia in a Cold War, McCarthy-era, absurd, nonsensical propaganda spin. Didn't work out. They keep on losing. They try to get Trump on. Now they're focused on his taxes, but they haven't even accused him of a specific crime. Every single thing they try to do against Trump, they can't find anything. With Clinton, she actually did commit crimes, and she gets away with it because of Strzok and McCabe and Comey and Baker. These people are either under criminal investigation or completely disgraced. So what do you have? You have a political party run by two people, Bill and Hillary Clinton. And you have a media machine right now that is just waiting. Someone's going to, coach, rotator cuff. I can't pitch today or the next 3 months. Who do we have? I guess you gotta get Hillary from AAA. We have a new pitcher. She's called the Golden Moo. She can throw at least 65 miles per hour, but the media and everyone else will say that she throws 102. And then she gets on the mound, gets rocked, and then it was because Trump took steroids. Give me your thoughts below. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever it's going to whatever reason that we can't decipher yet. It's a serendipity. Clinton's going to find a way to save the Democratic Party. They're already going after, Clinton's aides are already going after Democrats for slamming other Democrats for for critiquing President Obama. But this is Trump echoes Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign slogan and post-debate tweets. But look, you spent hundreds of millions of dollars, $150 million in Florida compared to $6 million. You still lost Florida. Okay, what do you think's going to take place? They have no chance. It's almost like a mathematical equation. She has to run for them to even have a chance. $143 million in Florida. Okay, Biden, if he was the nominee, would raise maximum $500-600 million. He wouldn't get $1.2 billion. You think Botox Biden would get $1.2 billion? Why? Why? Because he's the first female president? He got 1% in Iowa. Okay, and the other candidates don't have the vast networking. Okay, and by the way, they all met with Clinton. Why do you think every single one met with Clinton? This is public record knowledge in Politico and other publications. All of them, Warren, Kamala Harris, Buttigieg, Biden, everyone met individually with Clinton. Why do you think? Because they said, you know what, Clinton, we want you to knock on doors. Why isn't Beto O'Rourke 50 points ahead? Can you sign this? I'm Hillary. What? Think. We have a situation now where if she runs too quickly and she hasn't closed the door, again, really quickly, people say, she's not running, dude. She's not running. Why not? She literally said she's still opening the door. The door is ajar. She's peeking out. Hi, I'm here, still here. She hasn't closed the door. Maggie Haberman stated that. You remember that horrible stunt, public relations stunt that said, Hillary's not running. She's running again. The whole thing is a farce and a sham. And it's going to be 2016 on steroids. And it's going to be the same thing over again. Because she literally stated, I'd like to be president. She doesn't care if people don't like her, because all of the arguments you make against Clinton, those are the same arguments people on the left make against Trump, even more so. Again, you guys, she's not running. You're making an argument that people on the left make against Trump, but with even more passion. So there you go. She'll enter very likely either before or after the third debate. She'll enter before the first of the year. She'll win Iowa and sweep through. Super Tuesday, by the way, has California. Why do you think they set that one up? So she's wrapped up the nomination by Super Tuesday. This is an important segment because I want everyone to play this segment when she runs again. But tell everyone today and every single day, H.A. Goodman is telling the world, is telling you since 2017 she's going to run again. Just like he told you that there was a zero Trump-Russia collusion when all the other YouTube channels on the left, well, I'm not a conservative, but I'm a Trump supporter now. Independent, actually, no party affiliation. I changed from Democrat to no party affiliation. But when I was on the left, I was saying that Clinton's running again, and I was also saying that Trump did not collude with Russia. People on the left thought that he did, and oh my God, they did all these YouTube segments. Didn't happen. I was right. And just remember the same people who said Clinton would win in 2016, I said she would lose. The same people who said that Trump worked with Russia, which I said was nonsense, he never worked with Russia, are the same people who can't imagine Clinton running again on the left. And the same people who are going to say, vote for Clinton again in 2020. Those are the same people. Trump's going to win again, but at least all the people who will skim off the top through networking and all that, she'll raise about $2 billion. And they'll find some way to have her come in. Give me your thoughts below. She'll enter the race, and it'll be, oh my God, Hillary's saving the day. Because think about it. They don't have the money. They don't have none of those candidates will raise enough money. If they spend $143 million, they won't have enough. They definitely won't have enough money in other swing states. You need to win Florida. Okay, and you need to outspend Trump 2-1. And he's the incumbent. Now there's a good economy. And this isn't the House. The only reason, and they still, fifth time in 105 years where they kept the Senate. But this isn't the House where the Mueller probe was ongoing, even though they knew that there was no collusion. Okay, Democrats, the time where the Democratic Party can utilize the government to further its failed ideology, those days are numbered in terms of being able to use the media, because the media, the intelligence community, and the government's going to slither towards Trump. Oh, they're not going to say they love him outright, but you're going to see a lot more favorable coverage of President Trump from the media, and you'll see, well, we already have John Ratcliffe. And the intelligence community is going to slither towards President Trump. Also, give me your thoughts below. Check out HA2A for the ethereal battle below between Marianne Williamson and President Trump's dark psychic